Hey everyone, welcome back. This week we're going to be going over how to set up your YouTube channel. Now I do have to make a quick apology. I know that the last video that I posted was probably super boring. I don't know why staring at me talking for 8 minutes was going to be entertaining. I know there was a lot of good information, but I promise in the future to make things a little bit more entertaining than just staring at my beautiful face. So
welcome back. Again, my name is Scott with Skizzle Productions, and this week we're going to be going over what you need to know in order to set up your YouTube channel. So this should be a little bit more fun than what it was the last Skizzle session, a lot more stuff to look at, but this week I'm going to be providing more insight as to how to make your channel look professional, organized, and most importantly searchable. And if you don't have a YouTube account, go to youtube.com and create an account. It's very easy. You can even use your Google credentials because Google owns YouTube. And a quick side note too, I'm not sure if I mentioned this on the last video. I don't think I did. But another reason why you should be on YouTube is because YouTube is the second most popular search engine in the world behind Google. So when it comes to SEO, keywords, and searchability, YouTube is probably just as important as Google. So back to the task at hand. Once you sign into YouTube, go to the upper right hand corner here, and if you have a channel, that's good. Go ahead and click on it and we'll be right with you. If you don't, it should say create a channel right here, and go ahead and create one. It's super easy. Basically it walks you through it. It's a couple quick questions, I think name and profile and things of that sort. So once you're in here, you're going to see a lot of your channel components. You got your sidebar over here, banner art, your profile picture, and things of that sort. Go to customize channel because we're going to be changing a lot of this stuff up. Now once you're here, you're going to see a lot of your channel components. Again, like I said before, your banner art here, your logo, and things of that sort. And this is where you'll be able to edit your channel. So if you're on Facebook, think of this as basically like your Facebook profile, and this is like basically your YouTube profile. So if you needed to change your about or things of that sort, a lot of that stuff's going to be right here. Change your profile picture, all that stuff. That's basically where this is. So home here basically shows your uploaded videos, just like videos does as well. So that's kind of basic information right there. What I want to show you on home here though is you have featured content here, and you can set up videos, which I need to do still, for new visitors as well as returning subscribers. So for new visitors, this is where you can welcome them to your channel. You can give maybe some insights as to, or suggestions as to why people should, subscribe to your channel. And maybe a little bit of expectations of, what your business does and things of that sort. For returning subscribers, this is where you can, it's both of these videos appear right below the banner. So for returning subscribers, this is where you can maybe give people updates of your, your life, your business. Maybe have a Black Friday sale coming up or something of that sort. But this is where you would basically create that. And so then videos, I kind of went over. Playlists here. So playlists are basically like if you have content that's, either titled similar or something of that sort. Maybe you have a bunch of funny videos and a bunch of serious videos. You could set up different playlists for both of those. So as you can see, I have Skizzle sessions here. And so if somebody sees one of my Skizzle session videos, they then, could check out the other ones and basically binge watch everything. And channels here is basically the different channels I'm subscribed to. And discussion, I haven't really done much with this, but this is where you can add public comments, obviously, right there. And the most important one about all these tabs, besides home, would be about. Now, this is where you would write your description for people. So this is where you're going to be telling people who you are, what you do, where you're located, maybe even why people should continue to follow you. And you want a description that's clear and concise. You don't necessarily want to rant for 5 pages, but you also don't want to leave this blank. You also want more than one line. So basically here, I more or less kept it pretty simple just to give people kind of some insight. So you want to basically tell people who you are, what you do, where you are, just simple questions, more or less. The next down here under details, obviously your location is just going to be the country that you're in. And then for business inquiries, this is where you can add an email address. And that's important. So anybody who's managing the channel, needs to have access to this email, because that's where any inquiries, any questions, things of that sort is going to be going to. And then down here at the bottom, this is the links. So these are important. This is where you can connect your other social media, your website, things of that sort too. Twitter, Instagram. And these are important because this is what populates up here. So right up here in the banner art. And that's good because, if somebody checks out your video, they come to your channel, maybe they consume Facebook or Twitter and things of that sort, and they want to follow you on that platform as well, or specifically that platform. This is where you can basically direct them. Now, I've seen a lot of people do creative things. A lot of marketers will put, like if they have a free ebook or free consultation, free quotes, a lot of that stuff I've seen up here in the right-hand corner, kind of direct people in that direction there to click on it, and then basically they would have like a landing page or something down here, and it would navigate straight to that. Then if you needed to change your profile picture, they do, a lot of what I've read, they do say a profile picture is better than a logo. I don't really have a good profile picture right now, so I'm sticking with my logo for right now. And then your channel art would be right here. So you would upload your video or your photos. I have a couple different options there, but this is where you would set that up. Now, this is kind of the tricky part too, the channel art, and I'll show you here. So this is what I created for my channel art. And now why this is tricky is because YouTube takes one image and basically cuts it up for the different devices that people will be, watching. So this main image here with this big red border all around it, that's for YouTube TV. So, well, not YouTube TV. That's if they're looking at YouTube on a television. This long section here in the middle, this is for desktop. And then the small area here in the middle, that's mobile. And they also call this kind of basically your safe area. Tablets, by the way, I think come out just a little bit further, but whatever. But the safe area is where you want to make sure that you include, your name or whatever it is that you want to make sure is on every device. You don't want to put, for instance, I wouldn't want to put Skizzle Productions up here. Yeah, you'd see it on TV, but none of the other devices would see it, because it takes this whole big image and then dices it up more or less. But these guides, I put these red guides here just so that, if you're creating this as well, it's good to kind of use these guides, because you don't want part of your head cut off here, or, maybe your name of your channel is over here a little bit, so that this safe area is basically where you want to include all the pertinent information for your channel art. So the precise dimensions too on this, this whole big box here is 2,560 pixels wide, and then it's 1440 pixels tall. And then the safe area here is 1546 by 423. And then obviously this long desktop area is 2560 wide and then 423 tall. So those are all important dimensions to know if you're creating, your own art. If you're a graphic designer, this should be a pretty easy project. Just throw in these guidelines, use those dimensions to kind of, go over it. If you're not a graphic designer, but you want to create your image on your own, if you don't have Photoshop, there are free resources out there. You can use GIMP, and that's GIMP. I forget what it stands for, but it's basically kind of like a Photoshop free version. And then what I used for this specifically is Inkscape. Both of those are free programs to use. Now, they're not super hard programs, but there is a big learning curve. So if you're comfortable with, checking those out, download those programs and you can basically create it yourself. If that seems like maybe it's a little bit more than, biting off more than what you can chew. Another option is you can go to, there's freelancer websites, for instance, like Fiverr.com, and that's Fiverr.com, if I remember right. And there you can find graphic artists, web designers, and a lot of those are generally pretty reasonable. So last thing that I want to show you, I think we've covered everything as far as banner art, profile, and everything of that sort. You want to go to your channel over here and go to YouTube Studio. And what I'm going to show you now is how to add channel tags, basically keywords for your channel, so that when somebody types them in, they can search and find you. And you would go to your this YouTube Studio settings down here. I think I kind of blocked that. Settings right here. And then a pop-up will show up here. Go to channel, and then this is where you would insert all of your keywords. They are comma separated, as it says right here. Basically what I included was name of my company, my playlist, and then basically more or less what I do, and then the different platforms I work on, and then my location. So this is where if you're a programmer, or if you're an artist or something, if you're a lawyer, this is where you can basically put different keywords that pertain specifically to your field. So if you're a programmer, and I don't know, that's maybe not the best example. You can put in the different languages, C#, VB, whatever it is that you work on. If you're a lawyer, you can include DUI, lawyer, your location, whatever other practice or whatever that you want to include in there. So for instance here, now my channel is a little bit newer, but if somebody typed in digital advertising Kansas City or KC, either of those, there's potential that my channel would pop up. Since it's a newer channel, it probably won't right now, but you can search. I know for sure that you can go Skizzle Productions, and you can find me. You can test that out right now. Go to youtube.com and search for Skizzle Productions. Then you can subscribe to this channel. So the last thing then I want to show you is branding. Now this is for all of your videos. There would be like a little watermark in the lower corner, I guess more or less like right here or on the other side. Think of it more or less like ESPN, NBC, CBS. They have the little watermark of their logo right down there. And that's where you could basically more or less put your logo or whatever it is that you want that would basically brand all of your videos. I haven't done that yet. I'm looking to do that. I just haven't done it. So, but anyways, that pretty much wraps up this week's Skizzle session. Hope it was a little bit more entertaining than staring at me talking for 7 minutes. I hope you didn't stare at me this time and look more up here. But if you have any questions setting up or changing your channel or anything of that sort, feel free to email me or comment below. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you can catch more of our Skizzle sessions in the future. Our next video will be up soon. I'm still working on a schedule on that. I know these are still kind of irregular, but I'll be showing you how to upload your video to YouTube and steps you need to take to make sure that it's set up properly. So until next time, take care. I'm Scott with Skizzle Productions.